situation where he's being a dumbass again. Pirat Software is delusional. And thumbnail was like, she's not yet. Ah, I see. Was she in the honorable mentions, I think? Anyway, the thumbnail was like, software is done. So yeah. I'm excited for this one. No more Twitter bullshit for now.
It's not called doubling down if you're right. Just because someone said...
The coming up is so good. It's so good.
As you're wrong doesn't mean
oh
you're
my
wrong.
god.
That's the part that's insane to me. The internet today hates a person who backs down and also hates a person that doesn't back down.
So today on my live stream, I covered a couple of things.
Yeah,
Like Pirat
you're
Software
right,
being
of course.
absolutely delusional, as you just saw in the intro, but also going through his tweet where he was talking about the graph, showcasing that maybe he didn't have a significant impact on the Stop Killing Games initiative, and that tweet getting community noted with an updated graph, which you'll see.
The creator of this graph has released an update graph, including an earlier time frame to provide more context and more clearly show the effect from Pirat Software.
Very shortly. And I'm also covering the response to the Stop Killing Games initiative from a lot of the AAA companies gathered together in the EU. This video is essentially just compiling all of those into a nice, neat little video for you guys to enjoy. Now, just a quick 20 seconds before you jump in, just keep in mind, it's a live stream. It's a bit more relaxed. I'm not being as directly analytical, but I think I still make a few good points. And if you're new here, end up enjoying the content, or have been following along and haven't yet, consider subscribing, or at least liking this video. Helps get it out to more people. But regardless of if you do either, thank you for watching.
Man, I need to eat my pierogies for this.
So we've got this bad boy right here. The most interesting
I hope I
narrative is
did
that my
say
video
that
somehow
right.
killed the initiative. This graph shows that the initiative already had a downward trend in interest when my videos dropped. My videos do not seem to have had any impact on the movement at all. And so this is the graph that he put out, and I had actually done a little bit of research myself, and now I want to show you guys the clip from my video where I'd done a bit of digging. So I went ahead and I checked through here. I matched up the view count that he had received for that video to a graph showcasing that time of day. And so you can see this is actually the day before. The part that I want you guys to listen to is towards the end here when I'm going through this. So using this graph, I could make the argument that, yeah, after Pirate posted his video, we see it go from 23,000 the day before to 14,000. And it stays going on that downward trend from when he put out his video. Now, I feel like that's just kind of being a bit petty because, like, realistically, you can't really draw that kind of correlation with a graph like that. It's
Man was cooking without knowing he was cooking. That's what I feel like he's gonna be like now. He's like, oh no, oh, I was right all along. I shouldn't have held back.
But with a movement this big, it's hard to make sense of those
Come
factors.
on.
So just that part specifically, right? My biggest issue with that graph as it stands is it just does not have the data that you need to understand an impact that like a content creator is going to have on signatures like this. Unless it is like a clear, complete instant drop off, it's really hard to make that assumption because there's such a wide range. Like we don't know the majority of
I understand that
audience.
much.
You know, we can't make those assumptions because we don't have those analytics. Even if it was showing like an impact like that, we'd still need to know how his video disseminated to, you know, that region where it would impact those signatures the most, and stuff that I'm probably not even covering. You can't make an understanding of any correlation with that graph to actual impact on the Stop Killing Games initiative. So he got community noted. I know I'm like setting it up that it's irrelevant, but I thought this is really funny. This video, because I didn't screenshot this myself because I didn't think it would be deleted. Oh no, it's Alex. So they made this video. This is the community note that was added. The creator of the graph has made a graph detailing the first 2 months to correct the OP. And so I went ahead and did a bit of digging on that. Now, the reason it was deleted is the post was deleted by OP. Now, I don't know why the original creator deleted it. He didn't explain why he deleted it. I went through some of his history. Maybe I missed it, but the graph still stands. And also just, you know, shout out, this guy's name is on Reddit, ZCK1. This is in regard to 2 archived live streams that people were able to find. And these happened before his big video talking about the Stop Killing Games initiative. ZCK1 replied to this person saying, I found these 2. And these are archives to these 2 different days before his video got released. These were 2
Very
live streams
interesting.
that he had. So this is the new updated graph. So this is the person that created the original one. Accursed Farms publishes video, European Save Gaming, currently 250k views. So this is the start of the graph. It spikes, and goes up again. Pirat
I
Software,
see.
so these 2 lines here that you're seeing, Pirat Software reviews initiative on stream, clips, views, numbers. The estimation is 1 million plus because we can't see the view numbers because the videos were deleted, the VODs were deleted. But you can see the first one here, we go up, and then the second one here, it astronomically plunges down to 10,000. Look at the difference. Drops down insanely.
Oh, wow.
It starts to climb back up.
Oh, wow.
This video, Stop Killing Games.
If we only had a better graph to show how much of an impact it actually had. And then we get the graph for the actual impact.
It's currently 1.3 million. This is like kicking the dude as he's trying to climb back up, trying to get back down to his knees. Pirate just grabs him by his head and throws him down to the curb and drops it back down again. Pirate Software publishes Stop Killing Games 2, currently 570.
This is amazing.
Starts video by saying, the other day I put out a video called Stop Killing Games saying why I wouldn't support the initiative. Overall, it was actually quite positive. The analytics on it show that people really think it's a good idea. There's a huge amount of like ratio. So I think it's a good thing to include as well. But then you see that going down. You can make the argument with this graph.
Damn, that's some good timing. That's some real good timing.
You absolutely could. But my issue is that I still stand by what I said. We don't know Pirate's audience. It's easy to look at this, but given, the speed of the internet and how that works from July, 31st to when he posted his video, the odds are that it lost a lot of steam because they weren't doing follow-up.
I understand what he's doing. He's trying to play it as logical as possible, and that's respectable. But we're dealing with someone who is spreading false information about a movement. He's trying to make every single argument for his case that he wasn't in the wrong, that he didn't do anything wrong, and that he also said, I didn't really do anything. I had little to no effect. And then, oh, actually, yeah, it's successful because of me all of a sudden, right? Trying to take credit all of a sudden, which, again, we're dealing with that kind of person right now. We can't... Oh, fucking... Yes. No. Not right now. Reacting right now. Fuck off. Alright. Fuck, where was I? Yeah, right. We're dealing with that kind of person right now. Right? Someone who will take every weapon in his arsenal that he can find. Even if that weapon's gonna shoot him in the foot, he's gonna try it out. Which means we need to take every single weapon that we know could work, or at least won't shoot ourselves in the foot, like that new graph, like everything else. Who we watching? We're watching currently, I forgot his name, Quintheo. So yeah, I will argue that yes, we should absolutely take this graph and use it against Pirate right now, because Pirate is just trying to be the slippery snake that is just gone all of a sudden. And no, we shouldn't let him. Absolutely not. Cool. So yeah, I think I understand why he's saying it like that, but I absolutely do not agree. That, of course, just a difference in opinion, right? But again, the fuck.
Up stuff like Ross wasn't making videos that were hitting everybody's feed. It wasn't going crazy. A drop off like that happens.
Yeah.
Like watch any video game that gets released. It's all the craze. Check the Schedule 1 live concurrent players right now compared to when it released in the few weeks after.
Yeah, I get it.
Anywhere. I just don't personally feel that we have enough data to guarantee that we can confirm what it looks like here. I think that he had an impact on the Stop Killing Games.
To me, it is clear that it had an immense impact. EPEC. What's the T? Peepo sip. Well, Pirat Software made a video about a movement. That movement all of a sudden stopped getting any traction. Well, not any, but it was a drastic downward spiral. And now it turns out that he was wrong, that he misconstrued shit, and but he's still saying, I'm not in the wrong, like as in Pirate. And you know, and now we're just not even pinning the blame. We just want him to take responsibility for what he did, obviously. And I just disagree with this person who said maybe he didn't have that much of an impact. We don't know based on what we have. And I'm like, right now, no.
Initiative. I think it was sizable, but I don't want to use this graph as evidence to support that, because I feel like that's me acting in bad faith. Because I already said we shouldn't be able to draw conclusions from this graph just off of this one data set alone. And I stand by that.
Nice.
I don't think it's fair to do so. You guys are free to do what you'd like, but I feel like I need to take this stance because it's tickling me the wrong way. I feel like I would need more. I'm not a data researcher. I didn't study math.
That's okay, absolutely.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm just of a different mind than him.
Any data analysts in the chat or that show up on the video, I'd love to hear your thoughts because I'm sure you're going to know a bit more than me. But I want to keep it realistic based off of what I've looked into and what I know. The timing is definitely odd. Out of anything that had come out from this, seeing this huge spike after his streams plummeting down.
Yeah, this is again. Here, this one is the stream that like not too many people watch, right? It's like maybe thousands. And then the YouTube video drops that has a whole lot more watching, where he is like Pirat Software reviews initiative on stream, clips views number is this one. And then it has a huge downward spike, right? Huge downward spike. It's like it went from 60,000 a day to 10,000 a day. That's immense, minus. And then it tries to climb back up and he drops the video. The Stop Killing Games, currently 1.3 million views. Damn. Yeah. Like kicking it down. And then it just continues to have this really low line. And personally, I will hold Pirate accountable for this.
But I need to keep the same energy as I did when he first released his tweet showing the graph. That is the fairest thing that I could do in this. Moving on from that, Notch watched my video. The creator of Minecraft watched my video, and he's trending a little bit because he had put something very, very silly out here. Notch posts this. Hey guys,
just
got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there? Which, admittedly, Pirat Software is a self-admitted, like, he got his job through nepotism. Or, I'm sorry, his first job. I saw this and I was like, that's really
in his own words, by the way.
Funny. And then this morning, I was chatting with some people, and they're like, hey, do you know that Notch referenced your video? Like, tweeted out your video. They were being, they were kind of being nice to me, because he didn't just, like, he was replying to somebody else talking about this. Let me pull that up. So he's replying to someone that said, wasn't he hired before anyone knew about the family connection? And then Notch said, are you emotionally invested? And Marcos replied, no, just intellectually. And so Notch replied, here's a clip of him claiming he got the job through nepotism. And this is through me. So this comes from Pirate Nation on Twitter. This comes from Video Games Europe. Statement on Stop Killing Games.
Damn.
So they made a reply. Well, actually, this was on April 7th. Small correction. You're going to hear me say that it came out in April. It did not come out in April. It came out July 4th, but I'm a silly little freedom breather myself, an American, and they do things different in the land of crumpets. They say, we appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable. We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of the prospective.
That is rarely the case, by the way.
Changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. Private servers are not always a viable alternative option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would not exist and would leave rights holders liable. In addition, many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail developer choice by making these video games prohibitively.
They just don't want you to play the superior game later when the new one comes out on a private server. Like, for example, Destiny 1 compared to Destiny 2. Or Destiny 2 back when Forsaken came out, before any of the new bullshit. Yay!
Expensive to create. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our position with policymakers and those who have led the European Citizens Initiative in the coming months. TLDR, they're quaking in their little booties. Or sorry. Oh, bloody hell, mate. Oh, fuck.
Oh, guess what? Chicken butt! No, what is it?
Is part of this? These are the people that are a part of Video Games Europe. Here's the chair of Video Games Europe, Warner Brother Games, Epic Games.
Fucking Warner Brother Games. The company that had very little success in the gaming industry as of recent. In January, EA is shutting down Anthem. Yeah! Yeah, with you losing Destiny 1 was probably like getting cut off from your drug dealer. Bro, you wouldn't even believe how much of a drug that became for me. Holy shit.
Games, EA, Electronic Arts, Activision, Microsoft, Nintendo of Europe, Sony Interactive, Take-Two, Matt Spencer, creator of that, Ubisoft, Square Enix,
yes, of
Bandai
course.
Namco. No shit, these people are scared. Like, are you
no
kidding
shit,
me?
yeah.
It is literally all of the top people. Of course they would be scared. And that's interesting because in the interview that I did with a game developer, he was saying the same stuff. He was saying exactly what this was going to be. That the follow-up was going to be all of these AAA companies having a lot more fear and expressing a lot more uncertainty and like how this is a bad idea than any indie developer. Any people that you would expect to actually have much more of an issue, especially if this expense thing was a problem. Now, again, there is a conversation to be had. There is definitely some compromise that is going to be taking place after, you know, we start hearing this and hopefully it, you know, continues to move forward. But that's kind of the expectation. And again, it's not like, you know, oh, this live service thing. It's about like allowing us to still play it well after they stop supporting it. Did you guys know that it
that is exactly the case. That is exactly what Stop Killing Games is about. Stop killing the games! Quite literally. Just, you know, have an end-of-life plan, whether that be private servers or just an offline mode. Doesn't matter. For example, when the Dark Souls 3 servers were offline, you could still play it in offline mode. The only things you couldn't do anymore were playing with your friends or getting invaded, and the PvP was gone. And those are small, well, except the friend part, but the rest of it is pretty small compared to the actual game, right? You can still rush through the game, you can still get every weapon in the game, you know. Some items are like really hard to get without online mode, especially for like the guild things. Like, for example, the blighted ears, tongues, the wall builder spine thing. Yeah, you know, just those were harder to get, basically, but everything else was absolutely doable, you know. And you could still farm those in PvE, it's just really fucking rare. Bro, I farmed the Silver Knights so long for those fucking ears. But yeah.
allowing us to still play it well after they stop supporting it. Did you guys know that it's not doubling down if you're right?
It's not called doubling down if you're right. Just because someone says you're wrong doesn't mean you are. That's the part that's insane to me. The internet today hates a person who backs down and also hates a person that doesn't back down.
He's correct, but he's also really wrong.
Clip from like way back, like maybe a couple months ago. That was yesterday. After
fuck, it's yesterday.
Everything that has come out, after everything that has been covered, gone into detail with about everything, the multiple lies through everything, every single video.
Also, funnily enough, so of my favorite games, some of my favorite games are shutting down. Oh,
this last 7 days, and all of this amounts to doubling down. It's not.
I'm so glad this is being signed. Yeah, Yeah.
doubling down if you're right. It's like people have had to kind of like look between the lines or just kind of like blur their eyes to see the ego. And this is just like, I don't know, what is that called? The culmination, the creme de la creme, the pinnacle.
I'd sign if I
of all
knew
of his
how.
ego surmounting into one singular moment.